You should push on defense. Stop being a big baby. George Washington wrote in 1799, "Make them believe that offensive operations oftentimes is the surest, if not the only means of defense." What does this quote mean? This means that on defense, you should be taking fights to attackers. You know how you always have that Reyna running it down and feeding the enemy team the first blood? Well, that Reyna could very well be George Washington. And while George, you might be a little confused, he actually has the right idea. And in this video, we're going to show you how to properly push out on defense to ensure you're winning more rounds on this half. Let's get started.
Pete, why did you start this video with a quote from George Washington? Your whack-ass intros have really been weirding people out lately.
Casey, people need to learn from history, otherwise they'll be doomed to repeat it. This is why VOD reviewing is so important. By doing this, you're learning from your past mistakes so that you don't do them again. Over at SkillCapped, we provide VOD reviews for all our subscribers, and they're done by our Radiant coaches. Or if you don't have time for that, we have an Ask a Pro channel in our Discord where any of our website subs can ask our Radiant staff any Valorant-related question at any time. With these features and so many more, I can confidently say that we have the best and most cost-efficient Valorant coaching service out there. Now stop wasting time and check us out at SkillCapped. We'll be waiting. So why would you push out and get aggressive on defense? After all, you're defending. You should be turtling up and responding to whatever the attackers are doing, no? Well, this isn't always the case. For any of you American football fans out there, this is similar to a blitz-style defense where the defending team will try and rush the offense before they can get rid of the ball, leading to a faster down. Or in basketball, pushing out would be the equivalent to a team running a full-court press, trying to trap attackers and force them to turning the ball over. Now, these are the only two sports that I watch, but I'm sure you can imagine other examples in other sports. In Valorant, you want to push out aggressively to either take the attackers by surprise or heavily disrupt their game plan. Like, let's say that the attackers are constantly running it down A on ascent. They're showing no respect and are super aggressive. Well, a simple aggressive play you can make in response would be to instantly send an Omen Paranoia up A main from tree and have your Jett updraft dash at them and get a bunch of free kills. This is unexpected and should force the offense to show some respect moving forward. Or let's say that you're playing on Fracture. The enemy team has the Killjoy lockdown online. Most Killjoys love going into sewers and plopping down their ultimate to take B site. This play is extremely strong. So how would you counterplay something like this? Well, since you know Killjoy is going to try and go underneath site, you could coordinate a push with one or two of your teammates to push out arcade, smoke it off, and go into sewers yourself. You could catch Killjoy off guard, destroy her ultimate, or even kill her. Now, I can go over a ton of examples of pushing out, but I think it'd be more of help to see these types of plays in action. In this first example, watch how Wardell and his team, the Nation, push out on Fracture to easily secure pistol round. If you look at the minimap, you'll see that not only are Raze and Fade pushing out of arcade, but Brimstone and Breach are also pushing out from Dish. What this does is create a map-wide crunch where the entire north part of Fracture gets pinched, giving the Nation a ton of information as to where the enemy could be. By contacting up with Boombot, Wardell launches his paint shells, scattering the offense, allowing him, his Fade, Breach, and Brimstone to get easy frags. And just so you know, in case the enemy team did run it up A main or B main, they have Cypher utility to let them know as well. This was literally a textbook way in how to push up on defense. And keep in mind, aggressive defensive plays don't need to be these big elaborate pushes either. They could be as simple as somebody holding an angle with an operator. And if you have someone trying to set you up, you could win rounds with these plays. Here's another example. In this round, Jett and Sova are posted up B main, and Jett's looking for an early kill before getting out. As he's peeking up B main, he notices Killjoy place her turret down and needs Sova to break it. She asks him, Sova does it, Jett holds the angle, and punishes the KO for a bad flash.
Opposite, your flash doesn't get anything, and Pony gets the first frag.
But that's not the good part about this play. After he gets the first blood, most players would simply back off and play advantage, right? It's a 5 versus 4. But this is the beauty of Jett. She can make unexpected plays and win rounds. But the issue is that Jett can't safely get back onto the angle without risking peeking into attackers holding him. He asks his Sova from Boathouse to drone despite being in a risky position. And notice how the owl drone doesn't spot anyone, allowing Jett to creep up even closer. He gets another kill, and this really aggressive play secured his team the round. Now, while at face value it may seem like he's just re-peeking and getting his as Jett, but in reality, all of this is really calculated and required good team play. With these two examples, hopefully you're starting to realize why pushing on defense isn't really a bad thing. Don't be scared, because if it's done correctly, it can win you rounds. So if your teammates are so adamant on taking early duels, you should help them. And sometimes on defense, you have no choice but but to push out and fight. As a matter of fact, this is often the right play. Let's say, for example, you're playing on A main on Pearl, and the enemy team is taking Art quickly. You were holding A main to try and get a kill or play for info, but you now don't have time to make it off site, and you're about to get pinched. The only good option you have right now is to fight for A main. If you get panicked and try to hold an angle or fall back to site, you're probably going to get traded out, providing little to no value to your team. But let's say, for example, you push A main with a flash, and you manage to hold A main control. Your team now has a lot easier time retaking the site. With this newfound map control, your team can now pinch site from dugout, flower, and A main. This forces attackers to make a risky and otherwise aggressive play for more map control, or they could just sit in Art and hope for the best. What I'm saying is that neither option is great for them. Or let's say you're fighting B-man and Icebox, and attackers are mid-splitting. If you can't get out the Snowman, you need to fight back the B-main aggression instead of running away and dying to their pinch. Or on Haven, if you're in short and the enemy team is running up long, do your best to fight for short. If the enemy team is even half decent, you'll get traded out most of the time. As a matter of fact, this happened to me in one of my most recent rank games. The round starts with me telling my teammates to go 4 long and 1 short, and I'll take my time and wait for them to wrap so that we can pinch short together. I said this because they're on a Nico round and somebody's probably sitting in short with a shorty or something. Regardless, my teammates went up long, I threw my cam down short, and then went to pull it back. And that's when Sova made his move. He made a pretty good aggressive play. He fought short because he was about to get pinched. And if you keep watching, he ends up winning his team the round because we never snuffed this guy out. His aggressive play won his team the round. I was careless, pulled my camera back, and he found the timing for when to swing me. Now, this whole having to push up concept is especially true on Icebox, where the attackers are focused on scaling up site. As a defender, you want to try and disrupt this scaling by playing up close and in aggressive positions. This means pipes, top generator, orb, or even nest are all great places to try and get a kill and get out. You can't simply hold site on Icebox. The map is literally designed for attackers to scale from multiple height variations, making it hard for defenders to hold on their own. Notice how in these clips of Sensick, one of his teammates is always holding belt, or if someone isn't, he's aware of it and is holding it himself. Sometimes he's even positioning himself in a way that doesn't expose himself to belt or other areas that he simply can't hold on his own. You need your teammates to help you break a recon dart, a drone, hold belt for you, or do anything to help you get that early kill. So go get your confidence, make a play, and win your team the round. Another thing to note, just because you're making an aggressive play, it doesn't have to be as the round starts. If you really want to take the enemy team off guard, you should time your pushes based off of information. This could be flashing when you hear noise, stunning when the enemy grabs an orb, or quick retaking as the attackers are planting, or even making a play based off of how much time is left in the round. These are all considered to be mid-round pushes. In this round, Or Esports decides to make an aggressive play based off of when the enemy team would show a main presence. We have an Astrostar in the orb, a breach with a fault line charge, and even a Fate ultimate. This aggressive play is almost foolproof. After it's all said and done, the attackers are left on low health and end up losing the round. Now, before you head into the comments to tell me how this type of playmaking won't ever work in ranked, please watch our previous video. This is how you carry without aim. There, we talk a little bit more about how communication is so important to your team's success. And I've done plays similar to these that I've showed you countless amounts of times. The key here is that you need to sound confident, keep your comms concise, and just sound like you actually want to play with your teammates. By doing so, I promise that you can get people to work with you and pull off similar plays like I showed you today. I promise. Alright, so if your teammates are getting aggressive, hear them out for once and try to help them. While it isn't correct all the time, forcing engagements on defense can be a round-winning play. With a good amount of confidence, teamwork, and planning, you should win most rounds on defense. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel down below. It really does help us out. But before you go, you know how I just said taking aggressive fights isn't always the right play to make? So how do you know? Well, that's where we come in with our services at SkillCapped. Like I mentioned before, we have a long list of Radiant-produced online courses, VOD reviews, coaching sessions, a private Ask a Pro channel in our Discord with exclusive access to all of our coaches, and a ton more. We literally have all the tools you could possibly need to get better at this game, all of which should help you boost your game sense to the point where you're consistently making the right play. That's how you know. So what are you waiting for? You got nothing to lose. Head on over to SkillCapped.com and get started on your way to that rank that you know you deserve. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm Teets, and we here at SkillCapped want to thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.